The Hallow Man. In the quiet farmlands of Lancaster County, where mist clings to the ground like a memory, there's a house that stands alone, peeling, silent, as if waiting for someone or something. That house belonged to Mara Langley, a woman once known for her beauty, and even more for her devotion to her husband, Samuel. They'd been married 15 years, no children, just the two of them and the land, until the accident. It was winter. Samuel was driving home during a storm when his truck skidded off a bridge and into the Susquehanna. They pulled his body from the river 3 days later, half frozen and waterlogged. Mara never cried at the funeral. She just stared at the coffin like it had betrayed her. 2 weeks later, the neighbors noticed smoke curling from her chimney at midnight, every night. They said Mara had started visiting the old woman who lived past the orchard, the one the Amish wouldn't name, the one who lived in a shack full of dried herbs and dead animals, who spoke to the wind like it answered back. They said Mara asked for something she should never have asked: how to bring a soul back. The ritual was whispered through the trees, a spell older than the town, older than the church buried beneath the new one. All it needed was something of the body, flesh or bone, and the voice of someone who still wanted. Mara had both. She dug up Samuel's wedding ring from the pocket of his buried coat, and in the attic of that creaking farmhouse, beneath chalk symbols and candlelight, she said his name 7 times. That night, something knocked at the door. Not a gentle knock, 3 times. She opened it, and there he was, Samuel, dripping wet, eyes pale, his face almost right. He didn't speak. He just stepped inside and sat in his old chair like he had never left it. Mara whispered, "I missed you." He just stared. At first it was quiet. She cooked. He watched. She spoke. He listened. He never ate, never slept. His boots always left water on the floor, even when it hadn't rained in days. Then the noises began. At night, Mara would hear Samuel walking the halls, but she never saw him leave the chair. The mirrors in the house began to fog over, even without steam. Once, she woke to find muddy footprints on the ceiling above her bed. And Samuel was smiling. Neighbors said they heard screaming one night, but when they came to check, the house was silent again. Mara opened the door, pale and shaking, and said everything was fine. That was the last time anyone saw her. Weeks later, the sheriff entered the Langley house on a welfare check. He found the place empty. No Mara, no Samuel. Just a room upstairs where the floorboards had rotted through completely, and a large mirror, fogged over from the inside. Etched into the glass, like from a finger dragged through condensation, were the words, "You said forever." Sometimes people still see a pale figure standing at the farmhouse window when it rains. Sometimes they hear footsteps circling their porch at night. 3 slow knocks, then nothing. And if you whisper the name Samuel Langley 7 times while standing at the mirror in Mara's attic, they say you'll hear footsteps begin from behind you. She brought him back, but it wasn't just him that returned.